Of course, there is more in the world happening than DCE, but in our world, it's a big story, folks. Welcome, if you are just tuning in for the first time, to Breakfast with Vossy and Brandy on SEN 1170 AM in Sydney and on the SEN app. Matty Russell in the co-host chair. If you missed any of the first 2 hours, you can catch up on the podcast, but give us a call on the Great Southern Bank open line, 1300 01 1170. Live happily, clever after with Great Southern Bank. We've really enjoyed your input today on the text. There's been serious texts, there's been funny texts, there's been hopeful texts.
There's been many texts.
There's been many texts. There's been thousands of texts. Calls have been good as well. Keep them coming in the last hour of the program. Just to give you the heads up, Matty White has a big show planned today, but a lot of the first hour revolves around the 9:30 press conference with Manly CEO Tony Mestrov. Matty White will take that live via the Fox Sports news feed. So wherever you are, listen in on SEN to get exactly how they play this. I just think it's a minefield for the CEO, Tony Mestrov. I think he's going to be pulled apart and dismembered, figuratively, because of he cannot put a foot wrong in what he says here, and it's a bit of a balancing act. I don't think he can be 100% transparent. I know that he can't be critical of DCE, otherwise this is going to get real ugly real quick. But I don't think anything he says today is going to appease Manly fans. So I just don't think there's a win. Like, obviously he has to come out and say something, but at what point, how much is the questioning going to be? Will he be able to answer every question? Will he be able to answer them?
No, he won't be able to. No,
Why not?
Because Sea Eagles fans will see that current management have let one of the best halfbacks in the league slip through their grasp. Yes, he is 36 years of age, but when it comes to Daly Cherry-Evans, by virtue of his record, his injury history, age is irrelevant, Andrew, isn't it?
It is, 100%.
Age is irrelevant.
100%.
And he is leaving Manly at the end of this season. Now, if you had a busy night away from the news cycle, if you woke up this morning, got the kids off to school, had something else on your plate and are in the car or going about your business now and think, hang on, what happened? Where's this Daly Cherry-Evans story come from? Well, last night on NRL 360, Braith interrupted the discussion to say we've got breaking news that Fairfax is reporting that Daly Cherry-Evans is leaving Manly at the end of the season. He is going away from Manly, and you think, what, is he going to retire? Is he going to the Roosters or another club? All the information they had was that Daly Cherry-Evans has signalled his intention to make this year his last year at Manly. Then they took an ad break. Then they came back and said there's further breaking news. Manly's executive have countered and said we now have a 2-year deal worth around $1.5 million over its entirety to keep Daly Cherry-Evans for 2026 and 27.
Now, my gathering of the information was a different form. I am driving and I'm listening to SEN. I'm listening to Sports Day with Scotty Sattler and Matt Rogers, and they break the news and in a heartbeat say we will have Denny Weidler on straight after the break with more. Now, Denny comes armed with the story. Well done. But where it doesn't quite... It was already there. He came on to also promote, and DCE's on... 100% footy, isn't that's the program?
100% footy.
Like it's coordinated, it's like it's all sorted out. So that's the scoop. And I'll come on Channel 9 last night to announce it because that's the league show. It's too late for NRL 360 to come on there. It's just there's a smell there around that. Okay, that's not the norm in rugby league. So this is why I'm saying if Tony Mestrov is completely honest and went to the press conference today and said what he wanted to say, I think it would be grenades. I really do. That's my read of it. And there would be criticism of DCE and his management. I don't think there'd be squeaky clean there. But that's going to open up can of whoop-ass.
Well, we need to hear what Daly Cherry-Evans said in explaining what had happened and what has happened in recent months, speaking on 100% footy.
I thought the best thing that I could do for the situation was to let everyone know where it's at and where it's been at for a while. So that was why, I felt like it was best after yesterday's game to come out and just openly say where it's at. And as I said, no more footy at Manly beyond this year. So definitely plays on a lot of emotions. Certainly hasn't been a decision that's made overnight, but I definitely feel a lot better.
Yeah, so he detailed that last December, he and club management spoke, and it was agreed that Manly would only field a contract offer if Daly received an offer from a rival club, which you might want to pick up and run with.
Well, but going on a TV network last night, it's hardly club legend. If things were hunky-dory, tickety-boo, they're sitting together, aren't they, with sponsors backdrop and saying this is where we're going forward with the club. Daly says, no animosity to the club. This is my decision. And the club say he goes, while we're sad, boom, this is where it ends. He's been great, blah, blah, blah. They united front, and now our focus is the rest of the season. This is 20 pay. This is,
Absolutely. It's divided. You've got the player announcing his decision and later on television, and the club countering through an intermediary, NRL 360.
Wow.
Hello.
Wow.
So why did Daly Cherry-Evans make this decision? Again, here he is, 100% footy.
The main reason for doing it is I felt like that as my career comes to an end, I wanted to take my time, whether that's retiring or playing on. And by cutting ties with Manly this year, then I felt like that was the best chance for me to have freedom throughout the year to take my time to choose. And then from there, they were able to move on and find the next halfback for Manly.
Okay. What do you think about that? So does him making this decision now clear the air for he and his Manly teammates to go about their job week in, week out? Because there won't be any questioning at media appearances during the week or at post-match press conferences about your playing future at Manly. There might be questions as we come closer to Origin. Will you play for the Maroons? Later on in the season, Daly, do you have any indication yet where you might be next year? But right here, right now, for the next 6 to 8 weeks, does he field any questions about his playing future?
Not really. Not really. He doesn't.
So he has achieved what he set out to do there?
100%. That's what I'm saying. It's a bit orchestrated that you go on. He hasn't just put a ball in Manly's court. He's put every ball. He's put all the practice balls in there. They're all there. They're all on Manly's side of the court right now. So now what are you thinking as you listen to that bit? You're thinking, okay, so is there animosity? Is it a prickly relationship right now? Well, DCE answered that question last night.
No lowballing, so prior to Christmas was when I was officially off contract. So we spoke to a couple of clubs. We made the club aware that that was going to happen. We've been in constant contact with the club the whole time, which has been really nice. So there's no animosity there. And then from there was no formal offers from any other club. So in turn that, Manly said that they weren't going to offer anything unless another club offered anything. So those offers didn't come through from the other clubs. So Manly didn't need to offer anything, which was fine. So yeah, no animosity there. And as I said, that gave me a lot of comfort to then just say, I think the best decision here is for me to be able to sit back and take my time this year, and then just give Manly the heads up that was the last year for me with them.
That makes no sense.
So according to Daly,
that makes no logical sense. Because if I'm playing on and I'm a club great, I'm staying at Manly. But I've just like he's saying, that was really nice that they kept it up. That we agreed that they'll put an offer if I get another offer. But there's no offer, is what Daly's saying, and we're meant to cop that. But I'm just walking out anyway. No, that doesn't make sense.
So how do Manly Seagulls fans...
That makes no sense.
I want to ask you this question. Sense. How do Seagulls fans feel that their club didn't make their captain and club legend an offer because no other club had made an offer? Yeah. If you want this bloke, who cares what's happening at other clubs? Who cares what they're doing?
Exactly.
Make him an offer.
Yeah, 100%.
Get him to sign it. And in 2026 and 2027, in form and ageless, you've still got, as we've identified, one of the top 3 halfbacks in the league, Andrew.
I'd be naming the Spit Bridge after him. He's given that much for the club. Like, he's that valuable.
So basically, Manly didn't make an offer.
There, it's the DCE Bridge.
Manly didn't make an offer, according to the DCE, because no other club had made an offer.
That makes no sense. And then DCE explaining timeline there makes no sense to me. Does it make sense to you? Can you believe what he said there? That it's nice, and this is where we landed, but now you haven't even given them you are walking out on them. You've made a decision, and you sound comfortable with it. What? And no offers, no sneaky offers been made.
And let's face it, there's no one waiting. There's no one waiting to jump into the halfback role, obviously, next season. There might be in 2027 or 8 or 9, who knows. But right here, there's not. And Manly, even if they thought, well, he might retire or maybe next year he won't be playing, will still make the offer that if he is playing, he's going to be playing with us.
We welcome all your opinion on this one. And I'm not saying my read's right. I'm just saying that just to me, it doesn't make sense, but you may have contrasting view. The Duke We've got the Duke. Oh, sorry, the Duke is on the text. He says,
Of Edinburgh.
smacks of the boy who cried wolf, this bloke. Ooh, there you go, his impression. 781, bullshit. Manly gave him time and was not placing pressure on him to sign a contract. Exclamation mark. Teddy, that's Reece Robson. DCE have the same manager. If DCE goes to the Roosters, who runs the game? The player managers or the clubs? Then V'landys needs to step in here. V'landys.
Well, there's an alternate view regarding the club by giving him distance, giving him time, giving him the power. So, there's someone letting club management off at Manly, saying they've done the respectful thing. But I would argue that you're duty-bound to your fans.
Yeah, his logic. No, hang on a second, Matty.
Have I misinterpreted that?
Well, no, he just said it sounded like he was fine with the arrangement that Manly would counter with an offer if I received another offer. Now, he's telling us he hasn't received another offer, but he's walking out anyway. Is there any other take on it?
Yes.
Is there any other... He said he's comfortable. He was comfortable with that. He didn't criticise them for that. Now, if you're to believe him, he's saying, no, he was fine with that. And it was really nice. His words were nice. Play the grab again and analyse what was actually... The last one there about the animosity, he uses the word very nice, and he seemed... It came across as fine with the arrangement that I unless I signed or get an offer from another club, then Manly will counter. He was fine with that arrangement.
No low balling. So prior to Christmas was when I was officially off contract. So we spoke to a couple of clubs. We made the club aware that was going to happen. We've been in constant contact with the club the whole time, which has been really nice. So there's no animosity there. And then from there was no formal offers from any other club. So in turn, that Manly said that they weren't going to offer anything unless another club offered anything. So those offers didn't come through from the other clubs. So Manly didn't need to offer anything, which was fine. So, no animosity there. And as I said, that gave me a lot of comfort to then just say, I think the best decision here is for me to be able to sit back and take my time this year and then just give Manly the heads up that was the last year for me with them.
Not being critical, it just doesn't make sense. Well, okay, so he said constant contact, which has been really nice. So between him and Manly and management and his manager, really nice. And then he said there's been no offers forthcoming and Manly didn't go that and so they didn't have to put an offer, which was fine as well.
So why weren't there any other offers for Daly Cherry-Evans? We've identified him as one of the top three halves in the league. On the text line this morning, there are fans from 8-9 other clubs who are saying, we will take Daly Cherry-Evans. Do you believe there were no other offers from other clubs, or were there offers that were tucked away in secrecy?
Am I backed up against the wall
secrecy?
Here? Because I have to answer, there's offers.
Absolutely.
There's got to be something. There's got to be something. Come on, we live in the real world. There's got to be something.
Why did he say there were no offers from other clubs?
Well, it's not a formal offer. It's not written on paper. There's offers and there's expressions of interest.
Do you think the first question to Tony Mestroff today will be something along the lines of, do you rue not making an offer to Daly Cherry-Evans last December? Did you miss a chance to lock down one of the game's premier halves by not making a formal offer last December?
And my second question is, are we meant to believe everything that has been revealed so far as being 100% truthful? Because I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Lee Hatchipin tell us, we'll attack it from a legal sense. How fired up are you? Everyone wants to buy into it. So Manly only know if an offer has been made if DCE's manager tells them, I call cap and he will play on with another club, as from DY, right in the heart of Manly. I hope that DCE is being truthful in this matter. Last thing is to have a tainted end to his career. On the other hand, if DCE is being truthful, as the great Gus Gould says, no. Terribly handled in every sense of the situation. Good text, Rob.
You are listening to Sydney's home of sport, SEN 1170. Coming up, Lee Hadjipan. Tell us, if you are unable to work due to injury or illness, you to go straight to Lee's great organisation, Bryden's Lawyers. That's what we do.